Hi, I'm Bridget, and today I'm going to show you how to make Cincinnati chili. I'm going to make a massive batch of this. I'm putting 14 pounds into my gigantic pot, but this is a recipe that works just as well on 2 pounds as it does 20 pounds. So follow along. It seems like it has a lot of ingredients, but the prep is super easy, and so is the cooking. Okay, we're just going to run through the ingredients, and I promise these are on my website in a printable fashion, so don't get all worried about it. The ingredients are 2 pounds of hamburger for a single batch, then 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon allspice, 2 bay leaves, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of unsweetened chocolate powder, 5 tablespoons chili powder, 1 teaspoon salt, 3 tablespoons of dry onion or 1 fresh chopped onion, and a 12-ounce can of tomato paste. Pretty easy ingredients, as you can see. There's 2 divergent things in this recipe. If you like it hot, you might want to put hot or spicy chili powder instead of mild chili powder, which is what I'm going to put in this recipe today. Then, on the baking chocolate or unsweetened chocolate, if you're a fan of Skyline Cincinnati chili, then you would put in the chocolate. If you're a fan of Gold Star, you leave the chocolate out. Some people really like it one way or the other. I personally am a Skyline girl, so chocolate's in. I'm going to use 14 pounds instead of the usual 2 pounds of ground chuck. I use ground chuck because there's a lot less fat to skim off afterwards. You can use regular hamburger, just understand when you get done cooking this, you're going to have to skim a lot of fat. So now I'm just going to put it in here. Now, this is where Cincinnati chili is completely different than the kind of chili that everyone else makes. What you're going to do is you're going to cover the meat with water. Now, I want you to look right now. The meat is just, it's not fried, it's still raw, and it's covered in water. Just covered. Not full to the pot, just covered. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your hand, a clean hand, and you're going to run it through and make sure all of the pieces are broken up. You want it in real fine pieces, no big lumps. If you make lumps, it's going to be like regular chili, like you put chili beans in with, okay? For a single batch, I would add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I like them to be a healthy teaspoon. Because I'm making 7 batches, I'm going to add 7 teaspoons. I'm afraid I go heaping, but you can go flat spoons if you like it a little milder. For a single batch, 1/2 teaspoon cloves. And this I do flat. I don't overdo the cloves. Now because I'm doing 7 batches, I'm going to add 3 more teaspoons. But you notice on the cloves, I don't overdo it. They're very strong. For a single batch, 1 teaspoon black pepper. Now if you like it spicy, go heaping. If you don't like it so spicy, go low. Because I'm doing a 7 batch, I'm going to put 7 teaspoons of pepper. We're going to put in, for a single batch, 1 teaspoon of allspice. I kind of like the allspice, so I go heaping with the allspice. Now, because I'm making 7, I'm going to put 7 teaspoons in. A single batch would take 2 bay leaves. You know, some people say, what the heck do bay leaves do? And I've left them out of the recipe and I didn't like it, so I put my bay leaves in. So I'm going to put 14 bay leaves in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. For a single batch, I would put 1 teaspoon of garlic. I like the garlic, so I do it a little heaping. But I'm doing 7 because I'm doing 7 batches. Okay, and here's our ingredient that makes it, well, one kind of Cincinnati chili over another, is chocolate. So I'm going to put a heaping tablespoon. So this is a tablespoon, not a teaspoon. So I'm going to put, because this is a big batch, 7. And I think that the chocolate basically mutes the tomatoey flavor. I think that the non-chocolate brand or kind tastes more tomatoey. Now the recipe calls for 5 tablespoons of chili powder. Any of you who have cooked very much know that 4 tablespoons is a 1/4 cup. So I'm going to cheat a little bit because I hate measuring out things, and I'm going to do a 1/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon. Now that would be for a single batch. For all the rest of the batches, I'm going to put full cups. So basically, for 6 more batches, if you're going for, it's 16 tablespoons makes a cup. So a cup, and then another cup. This is not real exact, as you can tell. Okay, one batch gets 1 tablespoon salt. So I'm going to put 7. You want to add 1 onion for every batch you're making. The last thing I'm going to add to this chili is the tomato paste. 1 batch takes a 12-ounce can. This is 7 batches, so I need 84 ounces. A large number 10 can is 110 ounces, so I'm going to use about a little over 2/3 of a can. I'm not going to be real exact about it, but it really doesn't matter. Okay, I've got about 2/3 of a can now. Now, I'm just going to stir it up a little bit and then cook. And I'm going to cook until the hamburger is no longer raw and I like the consistency. If you're making hot dogs, this is going to probably be a really perfect consistency. If you are putting it over spaghetti, you might like it a little thinner. Some of the Cincinnati chili parlors make it a little thinner. Three hours later, I have a great pot of Cincinnati chili ready to put on spaghetti with cheese or on a dog, making it a chili dog, little cheese too. Anyhow, this was easy, not a lot of work. It took 3 hours because I was making 15 pounds. Like I said, if this was a 2-pound batch, it would have taken about an hour.